Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists will not be able to see or hear you. And this is just one of many different sessions that are happening, so be sure to sign up for more. We do have one more this evening. And lastly, this presentation is being recorded, and that recording is going to be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Carolinas. All right, and without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and turn it over to our presenters, starting first with Hollins University.
Good evening. My name is Sean, and I'm a senior admission counselor here at Hollins University. Excuse me. So Hollins University starts here. Hollins is located in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains in Virginia. The city Roanoke is small but vibrant and thriving with downtown and countless activities, from outdoor museums, restaurants, and airports. The campus is located in a near regional, the campus is located near Washington, D.C., Charlotte, North Carolina, and close to our capital, Richmond. These are nearby places that our students are able to go to for a day trip if they like to get off campus. Also places that students are able to spend month-long internships. Founded in 1842, Hollins is the oldest women's college in Virginia and is home to about 800 students. Hollins students are encouraged to explore their own unique interests through the liberal arts and have 29 different majors to choose from. In addition to academics, our classroom sizes are about 11 students each, and they have close relationships to their professors and advisors. We are also a Division III school, so students are able to compete in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. If you are an athlete and would like to connect, feel free to check out our site, which is hollandsports.com, to learn more about teams and how the recruiting process works. Student government. Experiential learning. In addition to classroom sizes and academic support, Hollins encourages students to take their learning beyond the classroom. And students have access to hands-on learning through study abroad, individual research, internships, leadership, and community engagement. 91% of our students at Hollins take advantage of these opportunities and access these programs. They're guaranteed to each student. At Hollins, our commitment to career preparedness runs deep. Most Hollins students take advantage of internship opportunities before they graduate, making their resumes stand out among others. Some of our recent internship placements have included the Library of Congress, MSNBC, Estee Lauder, Virginia House of Delegates, Lawyers Committee of Civil Rights, and the Museum of Fine Arts. These opportunities contribute to our students' outcomes, and 95% of our students either end up in graduate school or obtain a job within the first year of graduation. Most, definitely higher than most national averages, excuse me. So if this sounds like something that's a good fit for you, let's talk about the application process. It's free to apply to Hollins, and you can use either their Common App or our own online application, which can be found at hollins.edu. In addition to the app itself, we require a high school transcript and either a secondary school report or letter of recommendation. Test scores are optional, which means they're truly optional. They're going to be evaluated for increased scholarship opportunities, but they will, of course, be considered, will not have to be considered for your admission process. This past fall, the average GPA averaged a 3.7 and the average SAT was 1190. But keep in mind that it's just an average, and that's an overview of our holistic approach. So we definitely take in consideration students' essays, extracurricular activities, letters of recommendation, and of course, demonstrated interest overall. On this next slide, you'll see 3 different application types. So we do have our early decision, which is our binding agreement. And so that means you know that Hollins is your choice of college that you're going to attend in the fall. And so you can definitely access our application, which is the early decision, on November 1st. In addition, we do have the early action and regular decision applications as well. As long as you submit a full completed application, we'll be able to get a decision out to you within 2 weeks. Okay. Committed to affordability. Here at Hollins, our students are guaranteed at least a $24,000 scholarship in grants and or scholarships. The average award this past fall was about a little over $36,000, excuse me. And so just gives you an idea of what our packages look like. Feel free to contact us. I hope you found this information useful. We love for you to come visit have a visit to our campus, whether it's virtual or private. Find our contact information on the screen here, and I'll be more than happy to connect with you. Also, follow us on our social sites that are featured here as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much to Hollins University. And next up, we have Horry Georgetown Technical College.
Hey guys, my name is Jessica Nettles. I am a recruiter with Horry Georgetown Technical College, and I'm going to do a brief overview of our school and what to expect here at our college. So let me get to the slideshow from the beginning. So of course we have a mascot now. His name is Chomp. So let's get up, future Gators. All right, so about Horry Georgetown Technical College. Horry Georgetown Technical College, we like to make sure that we are reflecting the communities that we serve. So a lot of the programs that we offer are reflective of the industry in Horry and Georgetown counties, but a lot of our careers you can take beyond South Carolina. We want to also make sure that we're preparing students for high demand, high wage jobs. So a lot of the programs at HGTC come with a clinical component where you get hands-on experience, or some type of internship component where you can gain that internship experience. So if you are doing digital arts, there is an internship required. If you are doing business administration, there's an internship required. Human services, there's an internship required. If you do some of our jobs such as radiologic technology, or if you do some of our careers such as diagnostic medical sonography, those have built-in clinical internships. So we want to make sure we're preparing students for high demand, high wage jobs. And we also want to make sure that we're making quality higher education that is accessible and affordable. So right now in the state of South Carolina, we currently hold the lowest in-state tuition. We roughly enroll about 9,000 students, and we are the 4th largest technical college in the state of South Carolina. Currently, we offer more than 65 programs of study, and we have 4 strategic locations. I like to tell students that we have 4 strategic locations. The Conway campus is literally adjacent to Coastal Carolina, so the personality of the Conway campus is more like your traditional students. So students who attend HGTC and want to transfer over, we also provide them with a opportunity to partake in something called Coastal Bound. So you can come to HGTC and get your associate in arts or your associate in science and not be a part of our bridge program and still engage in activities on Coastal's campus. And so that's why that particular campus, I always feel like it's more of the traditional campus than the other locations. The Grand Strand campus houses our culinary arts technology. So we have a culinary arts school. It's the International Culinary Institute of Myrtle Beach. And then also on that campus is a lot of our allied health sciences programs. So we have a dental clinic that is open to the public and our students work out of on that campus. We also offer our 2+2 nursing program, which is in conjunction with Coastal. We offer our surgical technology program as well as our rad tech program. So a lot of our allied health sciences programs are on that Grand Strand campus as well. And when you go down to Georgetown, if you've ever been in Georgetown, South Carolina, it's filled with industry. So we have a lot of programs in the advanced manufacturing field, such as welding, machine tool technology, and we also hold the only degree in the state of South Carolina for forestry and wildlife. So we offer the only 2-year degree in forestry management technology, and you can specialize in the forestry or you can specialize in wildlife. Same goes for our golf and sports turf management program. If you guys are familiar with the landscapes on the different golf turfs and college football fields or even stadiums, we offer the only 2-year program in the state. And then you can also do online. Prior to the pandemic, we did have our distance learning institute that had a lot of programs. Now, this is just some examples of some of our 65 programs of study within the 12 academic areas. I've already covered many of those, but as you can see, we do offer a lot in advanced manufacturing, the International Culinary Institute of Myrtle Beach. We also offer some health science technology degrees, information technology, digital arts, and administrative office technology is also a popular area at our school, especially when it comes down to getting that cybersecurity certificate. It's really popular. We just made it a 2-year degree at HGTC. And then of course, our personal care and related health services are popular as well. So if you're looking to do cosmetology or aesthetics or even massage therapy, we offer that at HGTC. And those programs are relatively a year or less to complete because they are certificate programs. We also have university transfer programs. So if you're interested in attending CCU, but you may not have the grades or may not have taken the test to get into the bridge program, you would need to apply on Coastal's website that you are interested in our bridge program. And that bridge program is administered by HGTC and CCU, and it does provide students with that residential experience. Students have access to support services on both campuses. We do engage in cooperative advising, and we also provide transferable courses. And so that bridge program is a bridge from HGTC to CCU. Now, to apply, you would just need to submit your admissions application at hgtc.edu. We are still waiving application fees due to the pandemic. You will still need to submit your high school and college transcripts, attend new student orientation, and meet with a new student advisor. And then from there, you will register for classes. I like to just show this slide because this slide is just a tuition comparison slide and the cost of tuition. As you can see, a lot of our competitors are really expensive in terms of their tuition, but we are on the lower end. And I always like to tell students that if you are looking for a pathway somewhere, starting at a technical college can definitely provide you with a pathway and save you a lot of money. So depending on where you want to go and what you want to do in life, definitely consider a technical college as a pathway to your next, to your career. And this is my information. My name is Jessica Nettles. I am the recruiter here at HGTC. Feel free to shoot me an email at jessica.nettles@hgtc.edu. Did I go over? No.
Have about 20 seconds left if you have anything else. But
nothing else, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in chat.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Horry, Georgetown Technical College. Next up, we have Franklin and Marshall College.
Hello, everyone. Just a second, please. So hi, my name is Matt Arant. I'm one of the assistant directors of admission
Sorry, Matt, you might want to switch your display settings because it's showing the presenter view.
How about that?
Looks better, thanks.
Okay, great. So hello, my name is Matt Arant. I'm one of the assistant directors of admission at Franklin and Marshall College. We're a residential liberal arts college in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So just in case you're not familiar with this part of the country, we're about an hour and a half west of Philadelphia. So very much the eastern central part of the state. We have an Amtrak station within walking distance of campus, which can connect you to Philadelphia, New York, DC, Boston, Baltimore, all those major metropolitan hubs. We do have 3 airports within about an hour and a half of campus. So really accessible to all those major East Coast hubs, but also the rest of the United States as well. 2,400 students, all undergraduate, residential liberal arts college, so no graduate students, no GAs or TAs. Average class size is about 17. Student to faculty ratio is about 9 or 10 to 1. Most of our classes are that discussion as opposed to lecture style. So really great ways to have conversations as opposed to simply just listening to professor talk for an hour. It's very much an engaging setting there. We have 5 college houses. This is our residential life system at F&M. We use the analogy to Harry Potter in terms of how students are kind of sorted into one of 5 college houses. These college houses are designed to help students kind of understand how to acclimate to college, both academically and socially. Just because we have students coming from all over the country and all over the world, these college houses really provide a really strong ecosystem for students not only be the best academic contributor, but also the best campus contributor as well. Over 60 areas of study. we have our most popular majors typically are business, biology, psych, government, and econ. So those are kind of the typical 5 or 6, but we do have over 60 majors, about a dozen languages. So in addition, we have what's called a special studies program, which actually create your own major from scratch. So you can really combine 2 or 3 different disciplines as opposed to maybe doing a double or triple major. It's all about kind of owning up your academic plan as an undergraduate student. Over 100 plus clubs and organizations. We are a Division III institution as well. We are part of the Centennial Conference, which is really a high quality academic conference, but also high quality athletics as well. So the interdisciplinary curriculum is kind of the hallmark of a liberal arts education. This is really exemplified in our connections courses, which are our version of first year seminars. They're designed to help students understand what does the liberal arts classroom look like, and just really in terms of how the method of instruction is given, but also the subjects being discussed. So you're not just looking at a specific subject itself, you're looking at it through the various contexts, whether it's social, political, cultural, economic. Really kind of builds that strong liberal arts core for your entire time as an undergraduate. Additionally, research is a really big part of the F&M experience. 2/3 of our students either do an independent study, which is a one-on-one course with a professor, or they do research themselves, and they have of those that do research, 40% have their findings co-published and co-authored with their faculty members too. Additionally, our study abroad is called off-campus study at F&M just because we have programs both in the United States as well as overseas. Over 200 programs to choose from in terms of what that looks like on our campus. Our Joseph International Center is the place for you to find that best program for you, whether it's a specific program, but also how these courses are being taught, especially if you're a native English speaker and you're going to a non-native English speaking country. We want to make sure you have either the proper level of fluency or these courses are taught in English. Just because the last thing we want you to do is to fly to Madrid or Milan or Paris and not understand what's being spoken in the classes. It's really going to be kind of a disservice to you as your study abroad experience if you're not really understanding what's being taught in the classes themselves. Additionally, our location is really interesting as well. Like I said, we're in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's about 60,000 people in the downtown area. It's a 10 to 15 minute walk from campus. So although it's a residential liberal arts experience, it's not isolated. And in fact, it's kind of an urban-ish campus, if that makes sense. And the fact that it's really accessible to our downtown, but also Lancaster County is more kind of a rural geographic county, but also really highly populated as well, just because due to its proximity to Philadelphia. Finally, our Office of Postgraduate Development, it's OSPGD, or OSPGD for short. This is our campus hub for all things internships, shadowing, alumni connections there. The big thing about OSPGD is the proactivity. So it's not just juniors and seniors utilize services, it's first years and sophomores as well. And finally, our application is a holistic approach. We take either the common or coalition application. Test optional, we've been test optional for several years now, not just a result of COVID-19. In terms of the academics, we don't have an average incoming GPA. Rather, we look at the rigor of the courses you're taking. So AP courses, honors courses, dual enrollment. If you attend an international baccalaureate school, IB courses, those courses that closely mimic the college level courses, that's our primary metric of academic rigor. Additionally, we do have interviews which are optional. It's very much an informational interview as opposed to an evaluative. And then finally, we have 2 different types of decisions. We have a regular decision, and we have 2 ED rounds. So ED1 deadline is November 15th. ED2 deadline is January 15th. Then RD1, our RD deadline is January 15th as well. For more information on the different decisions, our website's a great tool for that. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll drop my information in the chat shortly. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much to Franklin and Marshall College. Next up, we have Coastal Carolina University. Hi, Ben. Not sure if you're speaking, but it looks like you're muted still.
Oop, gotta love technology. So sorry about that. My name is Ben Rutherford. I'm an admissions counselor here at Coastal Carolina University. We're a medium-sized school located in beautiful Conway, South Carolina, about 9 miles away from the beach itself. So depending on traffic, about 15 to about 45 minutes if you're trying to go during the summer. Now here at Coastal, again, we are medium-sized. We've got about 10,000 students from our 5 different academic colleges with just over 90 different programs to study. These vary anywhere from our musical theater to marine science to business and kind of anything in between. I myself graduated in 2017 and kind of built my own program to work on a college campus. So I pulled together some psychology, sociology, communication, and education classes to go ahead and make that happen. So there's plenty of different opportunities for kind of whatever major you're looking for. You can grab a minor, you can grab a double major, or anything to best help you succeed. We do have a 16:1 student to faculty ratio. So we are medium sized. We do like a small school feel. So your class sizes will remain 23 to about 28 students per class. So you really get that kind of one-on-one interaction with those different professors. And 79% of our professors do have doctoral or terminal degrees in their field. So you will be learning from the best of the best. A lot of our professors are currently still doing research and grab students as much as possible to kind of join in and possibly get published even before you graduate. Now, when you're not in the classroom, there's still over 120 different clubs and organizations, ranging anywhere from Greek life to religious organizations to there's a hammock club where all you do is you set up a hammock in the middle of campus, you take naps, you relax, you read books, and just kind of hang around campus wherever you'd like. Now, if you can't find one out of all of these different clubs and organizations, you can go ahead and create your own, grab yourself and a few students to go ahead and make that happen. So if I have any Harry Potter fans out there, some of our students got together and created a Quidditch team on campus. So there's literally anything you guys can do as a club or organization. We also have 19 different NCAA Division I athletics here at Coastal, anything from baseball, basketball, football, volleyball, and plenty of other sports. Now, what's nice is we have the Division I level, we have the club teams and intramural. So you can kind of play at whatever level you'd like, whether you just want to, grab a few people on campus or you want to go on ESPN. There's plenty of different opportunities for students here at Coastal. Now, on to kind of the application, kind of the makeup of campus. So we do get over 15,000 applications, and we get at least one or more from everywhere on the map that is teal. So if you guys will notice, the entire map is teal. So we truly are #Teal Nation. We get about 49% in-state students, 49% out-of-state students, and about 2% international. So we get students from a little bit of everywhere. So on one side, it could be from your hometown, and then the other side, it could be halfway across the world or halfway across the country. Now we're looking for students. If you choose to apply with test scores, this is going to be our middle 50% range. So we're looking for about a 3.2 to about a 4.0 GPA, a 19 to about a 24 ACT, or a 1020 to an 1170 SAT. Now we also super score with both these tests. So if you are able to take them multiple times, send us all of your scores, and we're going to put the best ones together to give you guys the best score possible. Now, if you aren't able to take those tests, we are doing test optional as well. At a first glance, we're going to look for a 3.5 GPA and college prep type classes, honors, AP, IB, dual enrollment, all of that. If you don't have a 3.5 GPA, but still want to do test optional, you can absolutely go ahead. We'd be looking for essays, letters of recommendation, and kind of any additional information you can give us about you. The more we can kind of see about you as a person, the better we can review. We get a nice kind of holistic review as the whole student and not just a number on a sheet of paper. Now for our kind of priority deadlines, December 1st is going to be our priority merit award deadline. So students who apply before December 1st are going to be that first group that's reviewed for merit awards. Now there are 2 different ways to go ahead and apply, either through the Coastal application or through the Common App. And typically it's going to be about 3 weeks until you receive your decision from us. Granted, we get everything we need. And that's 3 weeks from the last thing and not 3 weeks from the first thing. Now we are kind of rolling admission, so feel free to go ahead and send us your things whenever you'd like. We kind of get it out on a rolling basis as much as possible. Now, 86% of our students do receive some sort of financial aid or scholarship. The most important thing I can tell you guys is go ahead and go to the FAFSA. It's available October 1st. And that's going to be the free application for federal student aid. And it's going to be completely free to fill out, which is the first F. And this will allow many different scholarships to go through, or maybe some of that state funding and things like that. Now for our merit awards, like I mentioned, December 1st was our priority deadline, but we review on a rolling basis until we run out of money. These cover anywhere from about 10% of tuition all the way up to about 60% of tuition, and are kind of based off of a few different things. One's going to be the GPA, standardized test scores, core GPA, the rigor of your classes, your rank, recommendations, writing samples, and things like that. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and jump off. If you do have any questions, go ahead and find your admissions counselor. We're all over the state and we'll love to help you out as much as possible. And we are doing campus tours, so feel free to come on down. Worst case scenario, just spend a week out at the beach. Thank you guys, and you have a wonderful, teal-tastic day.
All right, thank you so much to Coastal Carolina University. Next up, we have Columbia International University.
Welcome, guys. Let me share my screen real quick and get this going. I just want to stay there. Yeah, well, Columbia International University, we are located in Columbia, South Carolina, which is the capital city. It's actually one of the fastest growing cities in the nation. It had the #1 housing market earlier on this year, back in January and February. And then about a year ago, we were named #3 in the nation for 20 to 35-year-olds moving to it. So it is a fast growing location, fast growing city. There's lots of stuff to do in Columbia. We're about 2 hours from the beach and 2 hours from the mountains. We do have a beach trip every year and a mountain trip every year that's student led. It's pretty cheap as well. We are a Christian university. Our motto is to know him being Christ, and God is your Lord and Savior. Christ is your Lord and Savior. Know him and make him known. So that is what our motto is, and that's what we teach from for all of our courses. Everything is taught from that foundation. Everybody receives a Bible core as their foundational coursework, and then they have their major that they work on as well past that. Again, with that spiritual formation, we have some prayer days every Tuesday and Thursday where you'll spend some time as in chapel, and you'll, or 2 prayer days are every month, where you'll spend some time praying. All the classes are canceled and you don't have to go to class for those days, and we have a time set aside for that. Chapel services are every Tuesday and Thursday. There's small groups on Wednesdays and Mondays as well. So really our focus is that spiritual formation in whatever you're studying, be it business or if you're going into ministry. We want to help equip you to go into that. So our spiritual formation is very important at CIU and very important to all of us. We have 24 different majors. These are the ones that we offer on campus. Our top programs are business, sports management, teacher education, psychology, and youth ministry. Those are our top 5. Another big one is intercultural studies as well. But obviously you can study any of these programs. We are adding more soon as well. I don't have it listed here, but we have some minors like Biblical Greek and Biblical Hebrew, as well as biology, which we've added this year. We've also started adding some more biology related and medical related classes. And so we're looking towards that in the future within the next couple of years. 3 to note on this are the pastoral theology program, the teacher education program, and the psychology program. All 3 of those, we have a route where you can get your undergraduate degree and your master's degree in 5 years. So you spend a total of 3.5 years in your undergrad and 1.5 years towards your master's, and you finish in 5 years with a master's, which saves a year or 2 of time and saves a lot of money going that route. The teacher education program is early elementary education. So if that's what you're looking at doing, it is an excellent program. You get hands-on experience your 2nd semester. You're in the classroom your 2nd semester in the South Carolina school. And our placement for that has been 100% over the last 10 years. So every student who has gone through that program has had a job as a teacher that following year. So it is a very good program if that's what you're looking for. Psychology, we're fairly well known for it in our area. We've just started the 5-year route where you can do your undergraduate and master's in 5 years. So that's we're really excited about that because it saves time going to clinical counseling into that. And then the pastoral theology is if you want to become a pastor, if you feel called towards that you can do your MDiv in 5 years as well. But a couple other ones like disaster relief and emergency management or social media strategist are a little bit more niche. But those are, if you feel called towards that, if you're really interested in that sort of stuff, they're good programs, they're well organized, and they're really good there, and will help equip you for those places. Athletics, we are in the NAIA as well as the NCCAA. NAIA is non-divisional, so we are Appalachian Atlantic Conference for that, and then we're Division II on NCCAA. There are scholarships available for students who are on the teams. You can see the listed here. Men's baseball, basketball, cross country, and track, golf, volleyball, soccer. And then this year we've added esports for both men and women, which basically video gaming. We've added Valorant, or Valorant will be added next year. We've added League of Legends, Rocket League, FIFA, 2K, and Madden this year. So we have an esports teams, esports coach. Pretty excited about that. And with that, the esports coach is focusing, trying to get us into to get a computer science program pretty soon, but nothing's on the table yet. Women's sports, basketball, cross country, and track as well, volleyball, soccer, softball, and esports. So we do have these opportunities for you. If you are interested in being on the team, you can go to ciurams.com. Go into that website. You can fill out a prospective athlete form and get in touch with the coach. May have you come and visit campus and do a tryout. And then obviously they'll want you to apply and get all that stuff in as well. We have done very well in our athletics. In fact, the basketball team almost went to nationals last year. Obviously COVID kind of threw that off, and we did go to regionals this year. And then volleyball, women's volleyball, knocked a team off the podium who had won for the last 3.5 years. They had not lost a game in 3.5 years. I think it was 60-something games, and they beat them. So pretty excited about that. Financial aid, 100% of our students will get financial aid. Go ahead and fill out the FAFSA as soon as possible and apply for additional scholarships and grants as you're looking at it. We want to help you as best we can. If you're interested in coming to CIU, just go to ciu.edu/apply. Use the waiver code CIUbound. And that's that. If you have any questions, just let me know.
All right. Thank you so much to Columbia International University. And next up, we have the University of Maryland.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. 1 second here. All right. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. My name is Adrian Rodriguez. I am the admissions representative from the University of Maryland College Park, here chatting with you all tonight. If you haven't been to University of Maryland before, we are the largest public research institution in the state of Maryland and in the Washington, D.C., Baltimore area. So from North Carolina, South Carolina, depending on where you are in the state, it could be anywhere between about a 5-hour drive if you're looking around the Greensboro area, to about a 6.5 hour drive from the Charlotte area, and then of course in South Carolina a little further. But we have 3 major airports in our region, Amtrak as well, so there's lots of ways to get up here. This is a good little view of our campus here. So we have a pretty traditional looking campus. It's pretty large, and as I mentioned, we're literally about 6 miles from downtown Washington, D.C. in College Park, Maryland. Some distinctions and some notoriety about our university as well. So we have roughly 30,000 undergraduate students or so. We are ranked as one of the top public institutions in terms of overall best value and of course academic performance. We have over 800 clubs and organizations, and something that's very important as well is the commitment to diversity. And so our student population actually ranks pretty high up there in terms of diversity, with about 43% of our students identifying as students of color. So again, as I mentioned, our location, we're right outside Washington, D.C. A lot of students will end up finding University of Maryland specifically because of our location. Students are wanting to not only go to a school where they can get involved in organizations, grow in their academic fields, but also be able to apply that academic performance into real life situations. And so having a major city like DC, Baltimore, our state capital of Annapolis in our backyard really opens up a ton of opportunities for our students. And as mentioned so many times before, students are looking to do internships in these major cities. So it's a great way for you to not really leave far away from the university to get those internships on a month or on a semester and even summer basis. So if you decide to stay locally over your summertime instead of going back home, you have a location where you can take some classes and do a cool internship as well. Here's the list of all our schools and majors here at the university. We have over 90 different programs you can pick from. You can even have the option to create your own program, which is actually pretty popular. And so students can either double major in something or blend some programs together and create that program of their choice. But I'm more than confident that you'll probably find something already in one of these schools that fits your interest. Some of the most popular programs include majors in our business program and our business school, our public policy department, as well as our government and politics program, of course, being next to DC, computer science and engineering as well. So as I mentioned, we do have over 800 clubs you can join on campus. We kind of are that traditional sense of community where students are pretty much living in general housing on campus. You can live off campus as well. We have Greek life opportunities. We are a Division I school and part of the Big Ten. So that allows our students to really kind of get exposed to a lot of different schools outside of just the Mid-Atlantic area. This also helps in terms of research opportunities. And so it's not just the academics, or it's not just the athletics that helps with as being a Big Ten partner, but if you're interested in studying abroad, we have partnerships with other schools like Michigan or Penn State, where we can send you with their school and their students to some of the programs. And just like their students can come with our students to some of our programs, we also have opportunities for research partnerships, research grants that you can apply for, all these different things. So it's just, again, a good way to increase your network and opportunities while you're in school here. The university also is in kind of a college town feel. So you're going to have that benefit of having a major city nearby, but also having that more suburban type of college environment with, of course, all the different athletic events you can attend. So if anybody's ever seen Maryland basketball or football or anything like that on TV, field hockey, soccer, I mean, it's a pretty big deal in terms of our athletics. So again, that's a good foundation and a good cornerstone of our campus environment, campus life as well. So to talk a little bit about our application process, we do have opportunities to use both the Common App and the Coalition platform. So feel free, whichever one of those is better for you, use that platform. You can find links here on our website. So once you click on there, you'll see that there is links and also checklists for you to utilize and kind of be on track, making sure that you are submitting all the documents you need on time. Just know that for the following upcoming year, the application will not go live until usually about the middle to end of August. So if you're looking around the website now, you'll just be able to see it as a resource, but just keep coming back. The application will open here soon. And of course, you can start your profile at least on these platforms early on. Here's a checklist of all the required documents you need to send us. These all must be submitted before our early action deadline of November 1st. This year we are test optional again, so I will stress and reiterate that if you do not want to or don't feel like your SAT score or ACT score reflects your academic performance, please do not feel the need to send it to us. Some students feel like they still need to do that, and that's not the case. If you have a phenomenal score and you're really proud of it, then of course send that over to us. We will not be looking at this for admissions or any of our merit scholarship review. As I mentioned, November 1 is our early action deadline. Please submit your documents by this point if you would like the best consideration possible. You're also automatically reviewed for our merit scholarships as well as our special programs too. So make sure, again, you're applying early. It's going to get you the best decision possible. And we typically release these decisions around the end of January. So you have plenty of time before that May 1 deadline to come to the university, research it a little bit more, and hear back from all the other schools as well. And with that, I want to thank you for your time tonight. I'll go ahead and drop my email in here for you. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me directly.
All right. Thank you so much to the University of Maryland. And that's all of our presenters tonight, but we do still have a little bit of time. So I'd like to ask all of our presenters to go ahead and turn their cameras back on so we can ask a couple of questions and go through kind of a Q&A. So the first question I want to ask everyone is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll go ahead and start with Hollins University.
The advice I would give a student is to, of course, make sure you visit the campus. Make your decision based off of a visit and not off what you see on paper. That always kind of finalizes the deal. Actually making a visit to campus, that's one key thing that always stands out and I like to share with students.
And we'll just go on with Horry Georgetown Technical College.
Hey guys, what I would advise is go ahead and think about your end goal. So if you have an end goal in mind, say you want to become a doctor, or you want to get that MBA because you've heard others get an MBA, go ahead. I would suggest to go ahead and think about, have your end goal in mind, because that's going to play a part in your tuition and how you save money. So if you're already thinking to yourself, hey, I want to be a doctor, well, that's going to cost a lot of money down the line. So you might want to consider a technical school, or go to a school that gives you a lot of scholarships so you can save that.
I would recommend having a separate email address for all things college related, especially if you're applying to more than one school. Students are applying to a lot more schools than even when I applied a few years ago. So really having all the information in one consolidated place is going to be really beneficial, especially if you're missing documents or just want to schedule visits, things like that. So really have that separate email account for all your college related outreach if possible.
So I have a few things. The first, again, visit campus as much as possible. The moment you step on a campus, it's a feeling. You're going to know if you're going to love it, if you're going to hate it. Second, figure out some kind of must-haves. So when I was going through, I figured there's 3 things I wanted. It was smaller class sizes, clubs and organizations, and kind of a nice local area. And those are 3 things that I kind of looked for to make sure that the schools I was looking at had, and the rest was just bonus from there.
I'd say 2 things. One, apply to a lot of colleges. Apply to and be accepted to a lot of colleges. A lot will waive their application fee to apply to them if they're free. Get your stuff in, get accepted, and then compare prices with your financial aid. Get your FAFSA to them and compare them. And then don't think that just because the college has a higher sticker price that they're going to be more expensive. You want to look at what your financial aid is, and you want to look at what they are giving you and what your out-of-pocket cost is. Because they may say you're getting $100,000 over the course of 4 years, but they cost $70,000 a year, and you're still paying a lot. So you want to look at what your out-of-pocket cost is at the end.
So I would just say not every school obviously looks at demonstrated interest, but it's important that even if they do or they don't, that you get in contact with the admissions counselor for your area, because 9 times out of 10, if I talk to a student and down the line, they say, oh, something was missed, a document didn't get there on time. Had they had a conversation with their counselor, they could have easily double checked to just make sure that everything was there, or just, at least like in passage, like, hey, I was looking at your application, such and such. I noticed that I am missing something, or your teacher sent the same document twice instead of the counselor letter. So they're able to have those communications with you. Trust me, a lot of us, we get thousands of applications. We can't do that with every student, but if you have that conversation with the counselor early on and build that relationship, that's something you can definitely benefit from.
Awesome. Thank you. A lot of really, really good advice there. We have kind of hit the end of our session today. So I am going to want to thank all of our presenters today for joining us and presenting a lot of great information. I also want to thank all of you for joining us this evening. When you close this window, there is going to be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd really appreciate any feedback that you might be able to provide us. Also, like I mentioned, this is just one of many sessions being hosted. There is one more this evening after this, so be sure to sign up for more. And again, in about a week, you will be able to find this session's recording, as well as all the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Carolinas. Thanks again, everyone, and have a good evening.